Shalom, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, SHAMAIWAN, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawako coming at you with another lesson. And today's lesson is going to be on this thing. I had seen a video a lot of years back, plenty of years back before, and I cannot for the life of me find the damn video. It was a really good video. It was very simple and to the point, but the issue is that I honestly feel like it might have been deleted because I tried many different avenues to try to get a video that I saw, which it was basically, I think, this news article, okay, this news video where they had gotten this dude to go get two phones. One phone, he removed the SIM card, he got everything out, he turned it off, he put on airplane mode, he made sure that it had absolutely no connection whatsoever as far as a phone user can to accessing any type of network, be it its own data or another Wi-Fi outlet. All right, that's basically what he did. And he the other phone, he just left it as normal without any issue. When afterwards, he spent like a whole day doing a whole bunch of random stuff. He got in a taxi, he went to the library, he went to some other place that I forgot, and then when after the day was done, he went home, and then he got both the phones out and checked to see how much of the phones that they recorded, how much of phones recorded. With the phone that was on and it was normal, it recorded a whole bunch of stuff that he was doing, okay, but it was very, I guess, I think, I don't remember the exact, again, I don't remember the details, but I do remember it recorded all of the things that he did, all the places that he was at, all right, and then on top of that, the phone that was off, it recorded more details on the stuff that he was doing compared to the details of the phone that was already on. So he had this phone that was off that recorded more details and was more diligent in its recording of his actions. Basically, it was like saying, sus person is on foot, then he gets into a thing, then he walks this, then a third. Like, it basically was able to tell the exact details of like what of the each and every stuff that he was doing, and I thought that was pretty insane. So I was trying to get that video because the thing about that is that it reminded me about how everybody in this society is so reliant on their phones, and most people can't live without their phones. People say that they can't live without their phones, like their phones is their whole lifeline and whatnot, and it is that fact that makes the phones a major snare for people, all right, which is also the same thing, which is what Esau does. Let me get this. Psalms 64 verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked and from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who with their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Okay, so they put these secrets. They are secretly making plans on how they can ruin people, even their own people. Okay, because they don't even have any type of care most of the time. Like they will try, when they're in their endeavor to try to destroy Jacob, they will also accept collateral damage of any and all Edomites that are closely associated, or if not just generally associated in that same area. So for example, if there's a, I think there was a movie that had shown there was some conservatives minded people, kind of like those Nazi wearing Edomite devils and whatnot. They wanted to invade and do some old Civil War type of crap, and they were invading this one predominantly black neighborhood or minority neighborhood. I think it was in New York, and then they didn't account for all the unregistered firearms that those jakes had. All right, so basically, all the people there were basically getting killed and stuff like that. And I forgot what that movie is. If you know what that movie has been, please put in the comments so I can go watch it again. But basically, there was some stuff that they were planning on, stuff like that. And it's a matter of going back to the topic of like they have these plans set up in place where they are actually just want to destroy us. So, but going back to the topic, into this thing, carrier IQ researcher Trevor Eckhart outs creepy hidden app installed on smartphones. Video update. So there's an app that basically monitors our thing, okay, and it's a software that it's hidden in the phone, so you're not going to be able to see it through normal means. You have to be like some sort of tech whiz or whatever in order to be able to actually find out and figure out like what it is, how to access it, and all that stuff. And it's in all phones. And funnily enough, there was an update where people had responded to it because of the stuff. Where they were basically, I forgot what they were saying. I forgot what they said. So it was it was basically, they were saying that it is merely a diagnostic tool used by its mobile operator customers to assess and improve the quality of a network's services. So they basically claim that it's not there to monitor you, it's there to help us better improve the thing. But in actuality, these are the lies that they say. Where like even for my devices, what I tend to do, sometimes when my stuff crashes and whatnot, I tend to not send any report. They always try to say, would you like to send a report to what's it called, so that we can better fix your thing? Well, obviously no. And it's not because I don't have any, it's not because, well, yeah, sure, whatever, if you want to say it like that, then yeah, I want to hide stuff because I care about my privacy. Like, I don't want people to know what's on my phone. I don't want people to know what's on my devices and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure most people in a healthy amount of way feel the exact same way, where they don't want people their business out there. And you don't want to hear your text about your ass cream or something like that or whatever. All right, like these are the things that they go out of their way to freaking like monitor and get in your business unnecessarily. And it's an invasion of privacy that they don't care. And these are the things, funnily enough, what's it called, that movie, the Simpsons movie, where they were when the Homer's family and whatnot, they were on the run on a bus. They were found out because there were people or government officials that were literally monitoring and watching and listening to people's conversations and stuff like that. So this is the type of stuff that is going on. This is the type of stuff that's going on. They don't care about our privacy, don't respect our privacy. And that's another thing that is going to be a big selling point in terms of like, we want to be able to prevent, quote unquote, prevent crimes. All right, we want to be able to do this, that, and third. We want to prevent people from getting sick. So we're going to basically be monitoring your every move, monitoring your health and stuff like that. So then, and we can be proactive in situations like that. But in actuality, it's just like, okay, well, we want to be able to monitor you and control your every movement, and so that we can be on it. And that's the thing where they they explain it, they describe it as something that is good for you, but in actuality, it is an invasion of your privacy, for example, for one, as well as, just really a way to keep you in check, keep you as a proper slave. All right. This reminds me, because I'm gonna do this as well. So anytime, let me get this first. Psalms chapter 55 verse 21. No, 55 verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenants. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. But his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Where the thing is that, they make these agreements that, okay, you're able to do this, then you're able to have whatever you want. And, but at the same time, it is really a ploy to backstab you and to take advantage of the situation. Because the thing is that they may say, oh yeah, this is in order to protect you. We want to monitor you because we want to protect you. We want to make sure that you have the best health, you have the best things ready for you. But in actuality, it's to destroy you. It's to destroy you, be it physically or whatever, financially, socially, whatever. Okay, because that has been their thing, where whenever they offer you something good, it really has an ulterior motive to it. All right, which this has been the thing with so-called slavery. I say so-called because in Babylon we are not actually free. We are still, even funnily enough, even Edomites are also slaves as well, now more so than ever. And one of the biggest things, before I read this, is how the cost of living has grown substantially more, which it also means that more and more people need to be capable of more and more people need to work more hours in order to live. All right, so as a result of that, let's get this. Baruch chapter 3 verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. And we are subject to payments, and as a result of us being subject to payments, we have to constantly pay for rent, we have to constantly pay for electricity, constantly pay for all these different things in order to keep us in a perpetual state of servitude, and never able to really, because the thing is, so many people today, they don't have much time for themselves. You even have people that saying, oh, I want to live comfortably, but they are spending all their time, all their free time and stuff like that, finding a new hustle, a side hustle for this, then, and third, in order to make more and more money, when in actuality, all that money, so okay, most of the money of all of our labor just constantly goes back into Esau. All right, so as a result of that, this is not the way to live, and this quote unquote freedom is actually just a ploy or a snare or a trap or a deception, more best to be described, where being in this deception of we have quote unquote freedom, it's really just a ploy to make us think, okay, you can do whatever you want, quote unquote, but in actuality, you are still limited to the payments you have to make. You have to pay for literally a license to do damn near everything. You need a license for a car. You need a license to whatever. Basically, get the point. But you also have to spend money for all these different things, which honestly, I think it's pretty stupid how there's so much water on the earth. I think it's 75% of the earth is water, and we literally have to pay for that shit. And I think it's just really ridiculous how things are set up. All right, and on top of that, you also have Slocky. It's one thing I I am reminded about is how, just in general, like there's so much land, there's so much space, but yet most of that space is really just like either a packed little space for like an apartment and whatnot, apartment with multiple different rooms and places is just for certain families, like literal families to share in an apartment. Freaking everyone is in a whole bunch of different families are living in one building, whereas you have these elites that have these freaking mansions bigger than they will ever need, and like they don't want to properly distribute the land and stuff like that. They just want things to be they just want to continue to abuse their power and make us as merchandise. And when I say us, in rare instance, I'm not even talking about just Israelites, like, even though yes, we are the main targets, but it's also all the heathens as well, with the other heathens and Edomites as well, that are not rich as well. So yeah, this is the unfairness and the wickedness of Edom. All right, now Proverbs chapter 3 verse 31. And be thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Where we have to, you have so many different Jakes that get envious and want to live the way Esau lives, where they make the sacrifice. You have these like Will Smith and whatnot, Kanye West, who do all these stuff to humiliate themselves in order to get into the good, on the good side of Edom, where that's ultimately going to lead to their destruction. As a matter of fact, let me get that. Bear with me one moment. I want to. Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. Okay, so basically you don't know how the Lord is going to end that person's story and whatnot, so you shouldn't be saying, I want to get like Esau and whatnot. All right. Now next, Psalm chapter 62 verse 10. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. All right. So basically, you can't be trusting in oppression, thinking that Esau's way of thinking is the proper way of thinking, as that's going to lead to his destruction as well as your destruction should you follow after it. Now, also, let me get this. Isaiah chapter 30 from the top. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right, so that is another thing where they are trusting in Edom to get through and to make it through in life, when in actuality their belief and trust in Esau is what's going to cause their downfall. All right. Finally, Isaiah 30 verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despised this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly and instant. Okay, so basically my main point, or my main grievance in wanting to bring this lesson out, is because I just want to warn people that there are things like your phone. As a matter of fact, it's funny because I didn't have this dream. a brother had this dream where I think I think he had it where it was him that had it, that happened to him. But the thing is that when I think about it, I think about me doing the exact same thing. I literally feel like that dream that he had, it was also a dream that is applicable to me. So basically, what happened was he was told or something in the dream, hey, you gotta go. We have to get ready. We have to leave. This, done, and done, whatnot. And he said, oh shit. Okay, yeah. Let me go pack a light bag and whatnot. And then when he was packing the light bag, he was trying his best to fit his PS5 in it. Oh my God, Slocky, that was so funny. He was trying his best to fit his PS5 in the bag, and it just wouldn't fit and whatnot. And then and he's thinking like, okay, well, shit, I'm wasting so much time, so let me go get another bag. He was saying like, let me go get another bag and stuff like that. And then he woke up. I don't remember the rest of it or what the rest of the thing he said, but I think he woke up after that, because when I think about that, I imagine myself literally doing the exact same thing. I'm thinking like, oh hell no, I'm not leaving this shit here by myself. Slocky, it's funny. It's funny, but at the same time, it's not funny, because this is a very serious thing where you're not. If when it comes to YAHAWAH, MANASHAH, like if he's telling you get your ass in gear and get your ass out of here, there's some crazy shit that's about to happen. Like you have to actually like take that shit seriously and be like, okay, what? Let me leave. I'm get out of here. But like the funny thing about it is that I understand the thing where it's like, in terms of like the whole PS5 stuff, like I would not want to leave my PS5 like there. I was like, if I'm going somewhere, if I'm not gonna be able to come back, I'm gonna take that shit with me. All right, but it's like that's a carnal way to think. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's a carnal way to think. But that's just like the type of stuff that I feel in the sense of like, that is some crazy stuff, and it makes me want to. It makes me acknowledge that I do need to reevaluate my priorities and stuff like that, as well as understand that, you know what, I can't be having I can't be making my PS5 my freaking number one thing I have to bring. Okay, you need some clothes, you need a jacket more importantly than that, like especially, oh, what if it's cold, what if something happens, you need food, this and that. All these things are actual essentials, rather than a freaking PS5. All right, so yeah, that's just one thing where, again, like, speaking to myself first and foremost, and I'm guilty of it the same way. Maybe not on a phone. I could give up my phone on I could give up my phone. I don't think if I had to pick one or the other, I would definitely toss my phone away. But in terms of like my phone or my PS5, I care about my PS5 more. And the thing is that, like, it's because of stuff like this. It's because of stuff like this that we need to understand, like, okay, well, for those people that have their phone as one of the most important things to them that they always need around them, okay, well, you have to be able to, give up. And again, like I say that, even though I'm making this lesson, okay, because you don't want your phone to be monitoring your every move and whatnot, or giving your location out to the enemy and whatnot. All right, because there was a bunch of movies and stuff like that. I think that was that one Mission Impossible movie where he was with where Tom Cruise was with Cameron Diaz or something like that, or maybe it wasn't Mission Impossible. I don't remember the movie, whatever. But yeah, where basically in terms of like the whole phone, in terms of the whole phone situation, people might not be willing to give up their phone on because they have so many different things. As a matter of fact, my phone, I actually do have a lot of important stuff in it, but I think I'm willing to part. I still would say I'm willing to part with it compared to my PS5, which I'm not at the moment. Would say that I can honestly say I would not part with it. So yeah, it's like these are the type of things that we need to examine. So I'm not saying it just to anyone watching this video. I'm just saying it to myself as well, that yeah, we all myself included, need to reevaluate our priorities and not get too attached to any of these carnal desires, well, carnal material possessions. So with that, yeah, here's a this is the warning to the whole thing, the whole phone stuff. You can check check it out yourself if you would like. I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, SHAMAIWAN, the elders and apostles, great meal, son, abad, ball, and shalom.